Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Zwift Community Live broadcast of the SZR Autumn Race Series number 4. Luis R. de Freites, good to see you here. Saying Nathan's on fire, broadcasting since 4:30 a.m. Good to see you. And yeah, we've been broadcasting for quite a while. Today, after this race, we'll probably sit down and lay down, take a little bit of a nap. But good to see everybody tuning in. Good to see Claudia here. Hello from Girona. She actually is over there, a part of the Zwift training camp, I believe. Good to see. I saw a picture posted from the ride this morning, actually. So good to see you hanging out in the broadcast, though, today. So the racing is about to take off, it looks like here. And let's chat a little bit as they do jump out onto the Volcano Flat course. It's probably going to be a group for quite a long time. The initial kicks a lot of times do end up breaking things apart out on this course, so we'll see how things do end up for the riders after the initial craziness that usually is a part of the start of a Zwift race. Up toward the front end of this race, though, who has shown up in the day? We are seeing Adrian Timmis, it looks like. Matt Johnson is in the house. Al Jeffs has been showing up week in and week out. Klingval is out there as well. Bergen, it looks like, was asking earlier about whether or not we're going to do this. Drujan showing up. Kay Powells. Soren Bay here on the day. Jay Barnes is showing up as well, as he was here for the race this morning, so good to see him. Gavin Dempster looks like is out on the course. Adam Webb, as well as Nicholas Christian, Frank Larson, Clive King, Jeff Kuna. So lots of big hitters showing up today. Let's go ahead and see how the results, though, for the current series are playing out in the SZR series. As we do see, it is going to be 40 still leading things out with 116 points. Kim Little, who is out with injury, actually, 90 points total right now. Gavin Dempster with 6 races, 82 points, it looks like. So going to be interesting to see how this ends up playing out between the riders, as all of the riders here actually will not be able to get the 13 best, I believe. They will run out of races, actually, so they get whatever it is that they earn on the day. For first to 10th place, points are awarded 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1. So nothing but added points to the totals out here on the day today. So we do have the, as usual, social media integration. If you do want to interact, we've got all kinds of comments coming through. Owen saying no rest at all. We've got to get to level 50. We're going to be taking maybe a little bit of break and a little bit of ride tomorrow, though, Owen. So thanks a lot. For those of you that do not know, level 50 has been unlocked. Jump out on course and start riding to, if you have been level locked at 25 for a while, jump on and get going with your level 50 chasing here. Good to see you there, James Joseph Barnes. I believe he is out on course here, hammering away. Let's see what the current results are, though, for the SZR series, as the riders are making their way into the underground. Most likely going to be fairly calm before they hit the actual Volcano. I think that might be the only place out on course besides the exiting of the underground here out on the Watopia Ocean Boulevard, which they are going underneath right now. That is usually the place that we do see one attack leaving the Ocean Boulevard because of the little uphill gradient, but really the Volcano being the only place I think that people really can find any kind of challenge, I think, to the other riders on this Watopia Flat. So it's definitely a race that the racers need to make rather than allow it to come to them. A lot of courses, like what we saw this morning, you can allow the race to come to you. You can allow the hills to do the work for you a lot of times, but in this race, not so much. You're going to have to really break things apart if you want to make something happen. Here's the current standings for the A's that we were watching here. 40, they're obviously leading it out. 116. Kim Little out with injury, but 7 races. We'll see if he can hold on to any places. Not sure that's going to happen. Might have to let that go. Gavin Dempster out there with that 82, tied with Philip Diner, actually. We'll have to wait and see if Philip is showing up on the day to challenge him. And then it will be Adam Zimmerman, Jeff Kuna, Matt Looker, Bragg Bergen, Matt Johnson, and Martin Firestone. So definitely a few of the big hitters here in the top 10 have shown up today. Most likely start to see them toward the front end of the race now, because this is the one section where there is a little uphill grade. They will be able to try and make a break here. Bergen off the front there, about 1 second or so. Kuna following it up very closely. Kuna currently sitting in 6th overall on the day. On the series, and making his way backwards into the pack, most likely at this point, looking for a little reprieve, as this is most likely not going to go anywhere. But double draft is not on in these events, I do not believe so. Going to be really difficult to try and get away. Can't sleep, clown will eat me. Can't sleep, clown will eat Nathan. Internal montage. Luke Bonner saying that might be a little bit true, actually, just to keep us moving at this point. Actually, Bernstein there from the Vikings here, 4.1. We're looking for the back of the pack, and it looks like it will be Walgren who might be the first one to slip off the back and not be able to hold on to the pace here. Babbage here trying to come across, it looks like. Verheiden there, the Belgian rider here, kicking it up into 5.7. It looks like that might be able to close things down and make it one large pack. Again, Klingval here from Team SZ. Let's chat a little bit about the B category, as that is definitely going to have a few of the riders that we are seeing here toward the front end of this. Jocko Storm's been dominating, it looks like, 129. P.A. Pearson's been trying to chase him down, been unable to do so, at least not quite as many solid results there, with first place coming to Jocko 3 times, only 2 for P.A. Pearson. Erling Stromsholm out there for the Vikings team, 2 wins, a bronze, and a silver with 89 points. Dennis Johansson, 85 with 3 silvers and a bronze, and then Christer Selstead. So lots of podium swapping all over the place, though, between those riders that are in the top 5 in the B category. Be interesting to see if they're able to swap any of those out. I mean, P.A. Pearson not able to get the better of Jocko when he shows up usually, so we'll see if Jocko is able to be here today and take down these riders once again. Looking through, I do see Blomqvist. Stromsholm is out there. That is your 3rd place rider right now in this B category. Lindros here up toward the front as well. And looking for the Storm here. P.A. Pearson toward the front now. It looks like Jocko, though, maybe not showing up today and giving a little bit of wiggle room to the likes of Stromsholm as well as Pearson. Now off the front, W Finger here. Rad Team Leo Ben, I believe that is. And it looks like he's off the front, but unable to get away just yet. Looking at the jersey. I'm totally unfamiliar with this jersey, actually. And it looks like it says Innsbruck's on it. This is a Innsbruck Tiro 2018, so that must be a unlock perhaps with the Innsbruck course, I believe, is what is going on with that jersey. Maybe chat can help me out a little bit here. No DD in SZR, Kim Little is saying. Thanks a lot, Kim, for letting us know. Level 50 should be ownership of the breakaway burrito. Liking that idea, actually. Go Clive the King, coming from Tom of Kaland as well. But I'm liking the idea they're bringing back perhaps breakaway burrito in some sort of way like that as a reward to those who put in the work out there. It'd be interesting to see if they could do something along those lines, Kaland here. So toward the front end of the race now, Zhujian, as you can see. Powell's then 5.7 watts per kilogram on the attack, but 40 here trying to make things interesting. It's always good to see 40 out on course because he does this often. He's not a racer who likes things to be all together. He does not like to keep it calm, usually on the attack, looking for that workout a lot of times, I think. And it looks like this has caused Clive to be off the back here. KRT rider trying to hang on. Larson now pulling them up at about 6.3 watts per kilogram. GSK being represented as they come on by the Scotty the Squirrel fountain. Grosjean here hanging in tight of the French national champion. This rider, I'd be watching out for him. He's definitely one for a sprint, and being a flat course can be hard to break things apart here today. Webb 3.9, One Love representing here. And what is this jersey? Look at this. Lots of unlocks that I'm unfamiliar with. And this is already level 50, as you can see here. Sick kid, as you can see, with the Bell helmet on. And definitely has the full setup here, Adam Webb, of all of the unlocks. Solid with the... This is the coolest setup I think I've seen yet out on course here. But we'll see if it does work out for him for a W, though. But at least he can say, even if he didn't win, he dressed to win here. 40, now 5.7 in the front, still making things difficult for the rest of the riders. Having no DD, it's definitely going to be a little more difficult than usual. Gavin Dempster sitting in there. Gavin's currently sitting third overall, so he's got some points to gain today. 40 with 9 races. Gavin chasing him down, but not most likely be very difficult for him to bring anything back by too much. But Gavin, he's still got a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. He can take down Kim today for sure, because Kim will not be able to be racing with the injury. Diner, not seeing him on the day. I don't see another Vision rider on course. I might have missed him. Grosjean, excuse me. There is Grosjean, but no Philip Diner here, who is in 4th place overall. And there is a little bit of wiggle room there then, and some points that be gained by Looker as well as Kuna. I don't think Adam Zimmerman showed up on the day, though, as Team Draft only represented, it looks like, by Dempster. Zimmerman, it looks like, perhaps taking a little bit of a break here this after yesterday's GCN race, which was extremely difficult, it looked like, actually, but he did get that W out there. Solid result for Zimmerman in the GCN race. Looking through some of the chatter here. Tour of Innsbruck unlocked jersey. I'm hearing from Kim Little there about the jersey that we just saw, that new one in the new one out on course there. Look at the cadence coming from Matt Brandt, bouncing like a ping pong ball. We're hearing from Matt Brandt there. 40 is my nemesis. Zwift Power on Zwift Power. Let him work. Kalen is saying. I believe Kalen is out on course here, so it'll be interesting to see if he can keep on Titan. And we're hearing 40 has a punch of only 73%, so he's always on the front pulling, trying to make things more difficult because the sprint does not always favor him. If you haven't checked out zippower.com, they got a new punchy percentage, like how well the rider can sprint, how much punch they have, and with a lower punch, usually doesn't have the sprint that's needed to take down a W. A couple of attacks taking down the group here a little bit here. Bergen here 11.4 on the front. Webb there 9.3, as you can see. And then Kuna here at the front, but assuming it's not going to go much of anywhere, the pack is still able to chase things down. The next one's to bite the dust off the back, though, is going to be off the dull, perhaps. Nope. Tomasic chasing it down. King back on terms. Larson, and then it's going to be Verheyden here. Really going to need to put in some work, the Belgian rider. I think it's going to be said and done for him. Pershit here as well as Christian. 31 seconds back to the next group of Stromsholm and a few others. It looks like P.A. Pearson was able to make this group in the B category, so going to be sitting in most likely a whole lot to get that W and chase down Jock O Storm. No Zimmerman, I'm hearing from Matt Brandt. Stephen Baldwin has let himself go, is Sean Whiteman is saying. Interesting chatter here coming from Strong Stalking Kim, says Lewis, as well with the Zwift Power update with the punch of only 73% there from 40. So it looks like we've got a group of about, I would say, 40 riders or so. Looker here, I keep on hearing about this rider, that he can take down some sprints. We'll have to see if he can make that happen for the WBR team, or the 3R, Race 3R team, that they have changed up their name to with the World Bicycle Relief jersey in the game. All right, so let's have some discussions. It's going to be a calmer race. SZR out on the Volcano Flat, most likely not going to see a whole lot of action outside of what we just saw just now until we hit that section of the course that is Ocean Boulevard. So double draft, we keep on talking about that, but the level 50 is something else that obviously has been unlocked. And I'm like amazed how many riders actually that we've seen with the level 50 unlock already Adam Webb, obviously, it's quite a few that have already ridden all the way through. It's a huge amount of miles that people have put in, but pretty cool to see. And what are the thoughts on the levels? Who's liking it? Who thinks we should have just been given the levels? Who thinks that the new way of unlocking them is really cool? And who took hardcore? If you took hardcore, man, I mean, I'm on the edge of saying, like, I don't even know if that's hardcore. That's just like, what are you doing? You earned all of those miles. Oh my goodness, and you just gave all that up. But just wondering if there is anybody in chat that did select hardcore. I could actually make a poll, and I want to know who selected hardcore for the I mean, because that's brave. That is really brave. I mean, that is a lot of work. 390,000 experience points is a massive amount of experience points. If you selected hardcore, you have got quite the effort up ahead of you with getting to level 50. So kudos to you if you did do that, but pretty insane in my opinion here. So looking through, we'll see. Webb is a bot here coming from Matt Brandt. You think Webb did not bot? A couple more coming through here. Would have liked a bike unlock or disc at level 50. Kim Little is saying, yeah. I think that there's more down the road, though. There's more to be revealed, I think, and I think that has a lot to do with why. So, I don't mind so much, mainly because I think there is more down the road. So, what did you pick? Did you pick hardcore, or did you pick what did you pick for a level unlock? I'm gonna go ahead and make a poll for that real quick as we wait for the riders to kick to some of the more challenging places out on course here. What did you pick for level unlock? 250. If you were level 25, I'm assuming there were quite a few riders in here. Now, after a lot of stats, though, and looking through, I found out that being level 25 was a very small percentage, actually, of Zwifters compared to the number that are actually out there. That out of all the counts out there, it was like 1 or 2%, or maybe, I don't know, 5% or something. I mean, regardless of how long it's been, level 25 was not something that a huge amount of the Zwift population by percentage had. Now, there were a lot of people, but, you know, went hardcore, though. Did anybody who was in chat go hardcore and not take the acceleration? And who did take the acceleration? Took the acceleration for the unlock level 50. For those who don't know how that's working, for those of us who were level locked at 25 for a long period of time, we were saving up experience that entire time. We were able to then take that experience and multiply it by 8 for every time we hit a mile. So every time we hit a mile out on Zwift now, we get an accelerated 8 times the amount of experience, which then will get us through each of the levels a lot quicker for however much experience we had locked away. Some people actually had over 500,000, and so they will keep that, I think, to the next level unlock. Who knows how long that will take. So took acceleration will be the other option, and the poll is live now. I'd love to know what you guys did. Did anybody actually take the hardcore option that is in the chat? I'm gonna go ahead and take my option here because I definitely took the acceleration for sure. 100% so far on the acceleration. Looking through some of the chat here, I want to know what people are saying, and it looks like we are seeing, just call it sadist mode coming from YouTube there. Good to see a couple of people hanging out over at YouTube. That's only Sabs and Cycles. You can comment now over on YouTube now, actually, so pretty cool. A couple more out here saying would have liked the disc. Yeah, we're seeing that from Kim Little. He wants more. Darth Webb there coming from Tom of Kalen. Coming soon. Loving the comments there from Matt Pratt. Started at level 25. Love the chase. The bonuses. Wow, Tobal, that is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyone have any ideas why this won't go landscape on the iPhone? That's a good question. You can move the chat. There's ways to do it. I believe. I use the Android. note and I'm able to get it to work. I'm not exactly sure though, but there is a way to do it. We are here in Mount Cam or block on workout. 2 years soon enough, isn't it? The Tom of Kalen is saying as well. So plenty of chatter there about this. So far on the percentages, it looks like most of you took the acceleration. 12%, though. 12% so far out of those who have voted actually went hardcore. I'm assuming that's just Tobal, actually, because I mean that's quite a feat there. I mean, you still get all of the unlocks. I mean, even if you take the acceleration. So that's quite a lot of extra work there actually. But 11% there with the hardcore, 89% taking the acceleration. Kuna here up toward the front, 4.2, very calm as you can see. Nobody really on the attack just yet. J Fobs here. We were talking about experimental not showing up a whole lot lately in these races, but we do have Storm Bay and Fobs here showing up, so it's going to be interesting to see how this ends up working out with those two in the race. Haven't seen experimental take win too much lately. Now up toward the front here goes Fav now. Now we are seeing another attack with the vegan power here from Torvik there. Johnson on the front though, it is going to be 10 watts per kilogram from him, and Oftedal as well coming out of Norway, 618 watts, 180 beats per minute right now. Webb now following up very closely in the sick new level 50 kit, as you can see. And nobody getting dropped off just quite yet. This is all of the strongmen up toward the front here. It looks like Adrian Timmis is hitting in 166 beats per minute. Drujan steady. McDonald's in there as well. And then it will be RW. 113 is the gap back to the chase group. So definitely clear as day for this group now. So not going to be caught anytime soon by that chase, as it looks like. As far as the heavy hitters in this group, obviously we're looking at Adam Webb. We're looking at Matt Johnson, maybe for a sprint. This would be a course I would favor some Dempster, never to be caught, to be counted out here. But it is going to be Kuna who's pushing the pace with a lot of the stronger riders, actually. If these do get away, Kuna, Powell's 40, Dempster, Webb, Fobs here, Drujan. This is all of the strong men. These are actually all the favorites I would call for the W, trying to get away and break things apart, not have a large group. Bay following it up, sitting in right in that sweet spot, looks like there, where there most likely will not be a gap formed. And then quite a few behind there, chasing it down. And it looks like it's all going to come back together, as Powell's may not be able to make this break happen. The riders are not throwing down too big of orange numbers, just kind of driving a lead-out pace at this point. About a lap and a half to go. Halfway through this race, 21 minutes in, 154 beats per minute. 40 sitting pretty. Series leader, riding for Vision Cycling in game here. Gonna have to battle it out though with quite a few other teams. Experimental's out there today. Dempster with Draft is out there as well. We are seeing ODZ, Team Experimental. The Vikings have shown up, so lots of teams to battle with still to try and hold on to the W's. Most likely going to be able to hold on to, as long as he keeps on showing up and getting good results, most likely be able to hold on to the overall. But with 25 points on the line for the win and dropping all the way to 18, all the way to 15, if he gets outside the top 10 a few times, I mean, even within the top 5 a few times, it's still on the line here. But we do have Rodriguez on the attack out of Spain with Oftedal right on his wheel. 2 seconds into that. Tomasic trying to chase it down, 5.1 watts per kilogram. But Rodriguez here with 7.2 watts per kilogram. That's a big effort, as you can see. Maybe be able to stay away here. We'll have to wait and see. Todd Bustine saying, want the motivation, don't want to be sitting at level 50 for over a year like I was on 25. So Todd saying that he took the hardcore, cool to see actually, and wanted something to work towards. That's a cool way to look at it here. Level 36 should unlock shaved legs. Renee Religood saying, how do I know what level I will accelerate to? You have to figure out what kind of, you have to know what XP each level takes, and then from there you can know what at what point the acceleration will stop. So you would have to know, like, because you get reset to 110 and then you gain with each kilometer or each mile, and so then you would need to know at what level, or how far up you were accelerated to. I was like in the 8 or 900,000s. I think I was in 900,000s or something like that. So because I was over 500,000, I will hold on to my acceleration all the way through the 500,000 to level 50? Great question, though. I appreciate the question very much, actually. Coming from Renee Rolligad. We got a couple more coming through here, it looks like. But I am sure what level I should be at now. Ben 25 for ages. Gotcha, Renee. Yeah, so I'm not sure because nobody knows exactly what the level numbers are. Those will probably be figured out though pretty soon, as far as, you know, as people unlock the levels, they will see what their XP is, and you will know what it is exactly at which point the experience unlocks each level, because it's still in your Zwift profile. Actually, you go in your Zwift profile, you can actually see exactly how much experience it takes for each one. Adam Zimmerman in the house. Nice race yesterday. Good to see you there, Adam. And glad to see you tuning in for the broadcast. You're probably watching, cheering on Mr. Dempster, as they are going to be heading into the final lap here in just a half lap. No breaks yet that are too significant besides Pearson here for the B category, who looks like he's going to be getting a free ride with the A's as long as he can hang on and not get caught by the back group if he does get dropped off. So the levels are shown on ZwiftInsider.com. So it looks like ZwiftInsider.com has gotten an update. I wasn't sure if they did update yet, but head on over to ZwiftInsider.com. You'll be able to see each level with each experience, amount of experience, as well as most likely what is unlocked at that level. As Zwift Insider puts in a massive amount of work for those articles. Shout out to Eric Schlegel and one of the other partners with Zwift. We are also seeing Andy Jenner commenting through here. Hello, Zwiftaholics. Good to see you there, Andrew Banky. Appreciate you being here very much so. And a quick little mention here from Andy Jenner. Nathan Garrett, it shows you in-game profile which level you will end up on. Interesting. So I'll have to take a look at that and see what it says on my profile when I do log in. We are using a Zwift streaming profile actually for these streams, so I won't be able to see that at this moment. If we were able to, if we were to stop or after the race, even check it out. But with a lap and a half to go, 40 and Kuna not leaving it to the sprint, as you can see. 40 here, 5.9 watts per kilogram with 5 seconds too. This is definitely a threat, actually. These are two extremely strong riders here. Kuna here, I believe, sitting in about, I think Kuna's sitting in 4th place overall. I'll have to double check that. But 40 series leader obviously has the firepower here. No, it's 6th place overall, excuse me, for Kuna. So if he gets away, this is a nice little attack for Kuna, because there are riders definitely that he's battling it out here for points in the pack here. So Kuna's going to definitely want to make this stick. It's 8 seconds. 5.4 watts per kilogram here on the front there, 47 kilometers per hour. Barnes now maybe saying, oh, come on, let's bring this back, you guys. This is a threat now at this point. But no, going back in the pack. Bay now maybe making his way to the front. No, nobody's super motivated, actually. 9 seconds is the difference on a flat course like this. Maybe they don't think it's going to come back. There's also the reality of the climb here. 40, along with Kuna, are going to have to kick into 8 to 10 watts per kilogram to hold on to this gap. Let's see what they do have here. 40 now, 7.3 watts per kilogram. Not really quite into the orange numbers there. Kuna does have them. Dempster now going 12 watts per kilogram. He knows that he could bridge here and get away with a solid group, actually. This would be an amazing attack, actually, to bridge across, and would most likely cause a huge splintering in the group, actually. Barnes going right along with him. Bergham's there too. Looks like Ericsson's able to follow. Tomasic, Matt Johnson maybe falling off just a little bit. Is a 1 second gap back. He's in the wheels though, as you can see. Looking back a little further, Drujon able to hang on Powell's, but Pearson on the ropes here. The only the solo B rider at this point, hanging on here. If he can hang in, though, it will cause him to gain a whole lot of points toward that overall. But all said and done for RW. A couple too many kicks, it looks like, on the day. Little gap still. 440. They still have a couple of seconds here, and this might matter here. Kuna's going to have to pull, though, through pretty hard here. Dempster, though, closes it right on down. 1 second gap, though. 9 meters. And it looks like it will be shut down, though, eventually by Rodriguez here. Just for the win, we're hearing from Clements there. Frank Deal saying, oh, wow, disc. What's the disc all about? Go, go, Gav. Go draft. I'm here from Adam Zimmerman there. Johan Wallstrom's in the Go Team SZ. A couple more. Come on, Adam Webb. Close the gap. Kim Little cheering on Adam Webb here, it looks like. Go Matt Johnson for Team ODZ, obviously. And Ryan for ODZ cheering on his teammate there. Always good to see. Renee Roll again saying, just checked. Will be accelerated till level 44. Good to hear it there, Renee. Absolutely awesome. So, toward the front now, let's go ahead and see what's happening with the riders as it has calmed down. It looks like 185 beats per minute. Absolutely demolishing himself. You know, this does lend, though, toward a calmer race, I believe. If we do look at the ZwiftPower.com. If you're unfamiliar, make sure to connect your account to ZwiftPower.com. If you do want your race results and race information and your cycling information that is on the platform to connect to the place where all the results are stored, it is ZwiftPower.com. You need to go on to Zwift.com, log in, and then connect your information to the backend API. Do all the user agreements for that information to be shared, and then it will be connected to ZwiftPower.com. So over there, we do have the live race results right now for this race. And in the live race results, it looks like 4.8 watts per kilogram coming from Adrian Timmis so far. That's the highest. And in this lead group, the lowest looks to be 3.9 there from Adam Webb, actually. And Adam Webb does have a solid kick. Looking at the new punch percentage, 97.8 on the punch percentage, actually, coming from Adam Webb. Jujan, 91. So, and Matthew Drujan here, 4.7 watts per kilogram on average. So Adam Webb has been keeping that heart rate and the energy expenditure extremely low, actually, compared to the rest of the riders. Almost a full watt per kilogram compared to some of the other riders out there. So Adam Webb here, 149 beats per minute. Maybe watch out for him for the W out here today. Looks like he's playing very savvy here from that One Love team. Looking at Adam's got, like, is that like Masters of the Universe, or what is that for his avatar there? Actually, over on SwiftPower.com, I'm absolutely loving the picture that he has on there. But looking through, it doesn't look like he's got too many results though in the series. So not really in it, just in it for the win on the day, and not really in it for the overalls. So. A couple more others. Frank Deal says, won't be exclusive to beta people anymore. He's saying for the disc wheels, Frank Deal. Is that right, Frank? That's pretty cool, actually. Best rest day activity. Watch the live stream. Good to see you there, Johannes from Vision, most likely cheering on 40. And solid race yesterday as well. Let's go Soren Bay and Team Experimental. Jacob is saying, so it looks like the Danish national champion cheering on Soren out there. Team X for the win, coming from Renee. Good to see you cheering on Team Experimental out there as well. Howdy racing at the moment on Zwift. I'm racing the CLS series in a couple weeks. Sam Peter, absolutely awesome to hear. Z Kreider in the house. Level 54 disc, she's saying. Looks like Webb, a.k.a. He-Man. Yeah, it looked like that's what that was, I thought, too. Masters of the Universe there. So that helmet gives super low heart rate, we're hearing from Tom O'Kalen. He can't breathe in it. That would raise the heart rate, I would think. As its heart rate going up is all about whether or not you can supply oxygen to the muscles, actually. But Johnson here, 4.1 watts per kilogram in the front. Into the final lap, 32 minutes in, as you can see. Kuna now trying to take on the pace on the front. Not super intense. Kim Little out on course, spectating. Good to see him, chilling. 79 RPM, and even with injury, getting out on course. He did a little bit of commentary with us this morning. Now we're lost. Thanks a lot, Kim. Appreciate it. Look at this. We're all over the place. Kim Little messing up the broadcast, messing up the race, messing with the race, even though he's not even in the race. Now we're looking at the Z streaming. Now who knows what's even going to happen with this broadcast? Will it even be able to complete? We got it now. Back in the race with the front end of the A's, and it looks like everything's calmed right on. Paul's actually, though, a little bit of a kick, 7 watts per kilogram. You need orange numbers, though, to get away usually, and he's giving her here. Looks like up in the 53 kilometers per hour. But, man, look at the gap not going anywhere. They take so much speed into that downhill. Almost probably makes them feel like, what am I even doing here? Powell's, though, does get a gap, it looks like, of a second, but a lot of work for only a second here. Can he hold on to the pace? 49 and 49. So it doesn't look like it's going much of anywhere anytime soon. Kim, aka Dependable Mountain Biker, coming from Tom Clements. For those of you guys that don't know, he actually crashed in a running race over the weekend. It was the duathlon, and in the second run, he still won the race, but he ended up straining his shoulder really badly, and that's why Kim is not out there racing in some of the races today and just doing a recovery ride out there, helping us out, getting us lost out on course. So a lot of people saying heal up, man. Today was the first time I dropped Kim. Felt good. DeFreitas is saying, if we missed a team experimental win in stream, you would be in trouble. Kim Renee is saying as well. No breathing, you flatline. Did see that on some hospital. Really interesting to see. Tom, Caitlin, I think that's, are we talking about the flatline? Okay, we're just going to leave that alone. No more jokes around the flatlining. But Powell's actually does end up with 5 seconds. This is surprising. Maybe there's a lot of confidence, I would think, in the group that it isn't going to be going anywhere anytime soon. But 5.7 was 6 seconds. But will he have the power, though, over this little climb to hold them off? That's going to be the question, because usually they do go into the 10 watts per kilogram to try and close things down quickly. I doubt being off the front like this for this long is going to give Powell's the type of kick that he's going to need to hold on to this. But it may be a situation where somebody bridges across and they end up with a solid group that can get away. You know, a lot of the riders that don't have quite as much punch are going to be thinking about the likes of Adam Webb and a few others there, and whether or not they can hold them off in the sprint and maybe want to get rid of them a lot early. We have seen that in quite a few races recently. Webb usually able to take down a solid sprint, but he's not been involved in a lot of them, I don't think, because they've been able to drop them off. Powell's, though, still with the orange numbers. 4 seconds is the difference. 43 kilometers per hour. 46, though, coming from the group. 46, 47, closing down. The speed is what it's all about, not just the gap here. 4 seconds, 5.6 watts per kilogram. As you can see, Thomason coming through here into that 46 as well. Powell's trying to hold on to 45 plus. It doesn't look like it's going to be happening here for Powell's here. Now kicks again, but only 45 kilometers per hour. And with the 2 extra there, it looks like the pack is going to be able to close things right on down with a half a lap to go. Dempster's there. Bay is there. Pearson's in there just looking for those points in the B category. Drujon has made it. All of the big hitters still in here and not going anywhere. There is no double draft enabled in this race, Sean Churchill. Thanks a lot for the question. And SZR does not use double draft or power ups. Ranger is going to close it. We're hearing from Tom Wolfkalen, and that was a great, that was definitely a great prediction there coming through. Calm down, Kim Little is saying. Wear your helmet next time, Kim, at all times, actually. Kim's in the breakaway, as you can see here. Is he going to kick it or not? Most likely, doctor's orders. Stay away from racing, Kim, as it's time to rest up. 40 on the attack, not looking for things to come down to a sprint. 9 watts per kilogram coming for him, trying to chase down Powell's, actually, who has held on to the 3 seconds, actually, and this is going to be quite the bridge if Kuna can go with them. Webb now following up, it looks like. 154 from him, just following wheels, though. Webb trying to keep things calm and stay within those top 3 in the front end of the race, but always looking forward to the draft here. 40 off the front, though, one of the best time trials we know of out on Zwift. We've seen him walk away from the entirety of a group of this kind of strength before and just win a race outright in a time trial mode in the last half a lap. So will he be able to do so? Doesn't look like it's going to be happening here. He would need a couple more strongmen to come across and maybe keep this away. But Webb here closing things down. It's all back together. And still the Volcano to go. That's the next place most likely we'll see an attack out on course. So things most likely going to calm down unless we do see a counter. I think Dempster is also just banking on the fact that he does have a solid sprint out there. He can kick like crazy. So Dempster here from draft, you're currently in 3rd place overall. Going to be overtaking Kim Little today for sure. Well, not for sure. He's got to get at least, looks like 7th place or better. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th place or better to overtake, excuse me, 6th place or better to overtake Kim Little. So Dempster definitely going to be out there looking for some points. Top 5 is going to be a big deal today to some of these riders, as there's a lot of points on the line. If 40 gets cut out, might be in a little bit of trouble here for the series overall too. There's only so many races left, and you get all the points actually that you accumulate because none of these riders have done the total of the 13. So it's nothing but big points here out here for the sprint for the win. 25 to the winner, all the way down to 18, 15, 12, and so on, all the way down to 2 and 1. Looks like 22% of you went for the hardcore for the unlock on the level 50. That's crazy. But I also had a lot of saved up, experience. But that's a crazy amount of people but it looks like 78% took the acceleration. Good on you guys. But kudos to those who are going for the hardcore. And it does make a lot of sense though for those who are like, look, I don't want to be locked at 50 though. And that does make sense, keep on chasing something. Dempster here now, maybe not looking for as much of a sprint as I was thinking he was. Wanting to try and get away with 40 here, actually. 40 here now, 7 watts per kilogram, as you can see. And not able to really get away, though, even with that. Need to be a full-on sprint at this point if they did want to make something happen. Probably in the 12 to 15 watts per kilogram. And they're not sure you want to waste that much of an energy at this point, knowing that the sprint that is to come, if you do throw down too much now, there will be nothing for the real deal when it comes down to it here. So Bay at the back here, Danish national champion, French national champion at the back as well. And big hitters ready to go. 40 now making his way to the front, looks like, making sure that he is in contention still. Looks like it's whittled down a little bit, but it looks like there's just maybe a loading issue there for a second. But it's still an elite group of riders here, probably about 20 or so. Now we're back in with one of the B categories, as you can see. Let's see if we can move our way back, actually. Actually, we've moved too far back. Stromsholm here, actually, in the B category. He's actually, I believe, top 3 amongst the B category. So this is the main chase group, as you can see. See if we can get back in with the front runners, though. RW, who did fall off, is going to be chased down by them. He's got to have his work cut out for them, but it is 3 minutes up to the main group at this point as they head on past the old village and the ruins over to the volcano. Last chance to get away will be up and over the top of the climb into the volcano. Anybody think that there's going to be a breakaway? I don't think it's going to happen, but if it could happen, it would be on this volcano climb here. So will someone break away? Will a breakaway stick? We've seen it happen. So let's go ahead and ask the question here with a poll. Will a break stick before the line? Stick before the line. And I know some of you are watching this that are racing, and maybe you can get an upset here on the poll before the line. I know most of the people who poll will say no way. So will a brake stick before the line? Yes. Someone will get away. Or a group will get away. Someone or ones. We'll go ahead and put a little ones in there. And we'll get away. And then the no way bunch sprint. No way bunch sprint. And then I want you in chat to let me know who you think it is that's going to win. And I actually, I actually think it might be Webb on the day today. 40 and a few others have been really, really strong here, but Webb looks like he's motivated to take the win. So yes, some ones will get away, or no way it's going to be a bunch sprint. And I'm gonna go with no way it's gonna be a bunch sprint for my bet there. For sure. It is live. It's the poll is live, or at least it should be live, over on the bottom of your device or on your web browser right now. If you can't see, you might have to reload the stream for some reason. I'm not sure exactly why that's happening, but go ahead and jump on in there and give us your vote. What you think is going to be happening with that poll. Now, where is that poll? Why is it not showing up for me here? I want my poll. Come on now. Where's that? Did anybody else see the poll out there? For some reason, it's not showing up for me. All right, the attack's on. Forget the poll here, because here goes W. Finger Rad Team. Now, Barnes trying to follow it up here. Barnes actually might be somebody to watch out for. I leave him out of the runnings a lot of times, but he has proven himself to be extremely extremely strong, actually. All right, I voted for the bunch sprint out there. It looks like it is showing up now in the mobile device. And it says 73% there saying bunch sprint, 27% saying someone's going to get away. So we'll have to see if that's going to happen here. Off the down now, it looks like here. Webb here up toward the front. Jeffs is going for it here. Jeffs always with some crazy power out there. We'll see if he can hold on to this. Matt Looker is the prediction here coming from pure Johnny Doving. Absolutely loving the all of the predictions here. Dempster says Luke Potter. That's a great prediction, actually, with the horses there. Dempster for me as well for Sean Churchill. Sticking with the pensioner, Les Jeffs, we're hearing here from Dave Ranson. Ryan Giuliano saying Webb has to be exhausted riding that much to get to level 50. Dempster for the win. So lots of Dempsters out there. You know, lots of give him your energy. We need actually some of that. Give him your energy memes up in this place here. I would actually love to see this. His bottom must be sore 2,000 plus kilometers to get to level 50. We're saying here, pole is out. We're hearing aren't. Yep, good to hear. Okay, good to hear. Good to hear. And it looks like most of the people are saying it's going to be a bunch sprint. I think you might be right. Nobody's been able to get away just yet. There are some attacks, though, as you can see, though, here. Powell's here trying to upset it and make everybody wrong about the poll here and trying to get that 24% that's saying that somebody's going to get away. To be correct, I think Powell's here not too interested in a bunch sprint. Tomasic trying to go with them. Still 7 watts per kilogram. Can he hold on to this kind of a sprint, though, for very long? Fobs now, it looks like, still hanging in there. It looks like Tomasic now on the wheel. Kuna, Jeffs, Bay, Bergen here up toward the front. One Love now. 6.6 watts per kilogram coming from him. And just position himself correctly to try and take this W here. All right, we're going to go ahead and close that poll up. Thanks everybody who did vote in the poll that will publish the results. 24% of you think that somebody might get away. There's still a getaway here. It doesn't count as a bunch sprint if somebody gets away at this point around the corner here. There's still an opportunity for Dempster set up very well for his current situation. Paul still trying to prove everybody wrong with that breakaway. Tomasic now going 12 watts per kilogram. Going around the corner here. This is the perfect spot to try and get that gap, but it might be too little too late. The rest of the pack coming right along with them. Here goes Tomasic, though, around the corner. 52 kilometers per hour going from way out. 10 watts per kilogram. Not much of a gap just yet. Jeff's now starting to go 9 watts per kilogram coming from Jeff's, as you can see. And then it's going to be One Love just sitting exactly where he needs to be sitting. Now kicking it up into 10 watts per kilogram and then resting. But no, Jeff's getting a gap here. One Love knowing that he's got to follow here. Adam Webb on the wheel, jumps and then backs off. Jumps and then backs off. Will Dempster be able to close it to 2-second gap? I'm not thinking it's going to be happening. And I believe it that Adam Webb has set himself up to just walk away with him, but Jeffs is starting to go, but no, here comes Torvik, Tomasic, the Jeffs now 14 watts per kilogram, but no, it's Looker. It looks like Looker here into 13 watts per kilogram. Matt Looker with the upset with Johnson and then 40. What an effort there coming from Matt Looker. Huge watts per kilogram, right at the perfect timing. And there was not a prediction that I was looking for at all with Matt Looker underestimating the power there of the look, man. Holy cow, that was absolutely amazing. Let's go and take another look at that here real quick. And Looker with just absolutely perfectly timed 13 watts per kilogram, 12 watts per kilogram coming from way back. And there's that 13 coming past off the doll now. There's the race WBR kit. You can see it going right on by all the riders there, holding a steady 13, now 14, 190, over 1,000 watts there, crossing the line. And as you can see, it was Looker followed closely by Matt Johnson right behind. Solid. We said Matt Johnson was quite the sprinter. Then 40, it looks like, followed by Dempster, maybe just edging 40 out. We saw that there wasn't a change in the placings on the right, but it looked like Dempster came across the line maybe first. But we'll have to head on over to ZwiftPower.com to get the results as to exactly how it did actually play out between the riders out there. So as I do look through, the results are being generated shortly here. We'll go ahead and jump those on into the broadcast as quickly as we possibly can so everybody can see exactly how things did play out for the riders on the day. And we'll get all the time gaps and everything too, because it's very, very close most of the time between the riders in these results. And it does look like it is going to be Matt Looker. They're taking it down 46-34. 1700ths of a second there. Matt Johnson right behind him there. Gavin Dempster did get the better of 40. It looked like 40 might have had it in the on the right hand side there in the riders list, but no, Gavin came across first, it looks like, by just a couple hundredths of a second. Les Jess for fifths, it looks like here. Christian Oftendal, Thomas Torbeck, who did lead things out, ends up back in seventh. Okuna there's well. Soren, but Adam Webb, we thought he was getting perfectly timing it there, but all the way down to 10. Still gets a 1 point though. 40, most likely hanging on to some solid points, but that's a good points for Dempster there. Looker there as well, and Johnson all grabbing some solid points. 18 points for Johnson is going to put him in a better position, that's for sure. As I believe Matt is ninth place currently, gaining 25 points on the day. That's going to push him up the leaderboard. But Looker there with 54 currently, he's going to be overtaking Zimmerman, I believe, as well as Kuna perhaps on the day. What a result there for the riders there. Matt Looker killing it out there today. Crazy sprint. Dempster, take my edge. Great job, Pod. Okay, this is what you all need to do right here. All right, full on EG style. Evil geniuses need to win a TI, just so everybody knows. And there needs to be some take my energy coming on through. So everybody just do that all the time, and I will be happy. That is the best meme ever right there. And looking through here, ping pong ball we're seeing here from Matt Brandt. Interesting comments. I'll call Dempster this time. We're seeing from Carissa. Regretted not picking him last time. I made a prediction. Dempster done lots of kiss base. Super fit we're seeing here. Chaotic sprint. Definitely was. That's for sure. Matt Looker has a solid sprint, per Johnny W. saying he has played me in sprints before. Well done, Matt. Power sprint. Good job out there, James Joseph. You had a solid result as well. I believe you were coming across there in, was it 11th place on the day today? So that's still a solid result there amongst a hugely talented field. So well done out there representing for South Africa. All right. Been a long day, super long day. I appreciate everybody showing up out here today for the broadcast. Apologies that we're not going to be able to cover the rest of the races here. Nathan is going to go lay down, but if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that follow button at all the Zwift Community Live places that you want to watch. We had some comments earlier from a couple of the race organizers that Twitch, if you feel like the quality of the broadcast isn't like super crisp, go ahead and head on over to twitch.tv/Zwift Community Live and hit the follow button over there and turn on your notifications. Download the app as well, the Twitch app as well, onto your phone or whatever device you want to. They also have a desktop app as well, and it will give you notifications anytime we go live if you turn on those notifications. The HD over there is just solid. Now, I do know we do have a lot of interactive tools and stuff that are a part of Facebook. Hopefully, we can get some of those over on Twitch as well. I do believe that some of them do exist, and we will be able to integrate them in the future. So it is super crisp on both YouTube as well as Twitch. And I do know that there are some people over there chatting there as well. And there's plenty of memes to be had over on twitch.tv too. So, all right, good to see everybody hanging out. Appreciate all of you. Great job to all of the racers. Awesome race. Great broadcast, I'm Nathan. Thanks a lot, Johan. Appreciate all of you guys just as much. And that's going to be it from me today for SZR race number 14. Again, to Kim Little, who is second overall. Heal up quickly, Kim. Thanks for tuning in for the broadcast to you as well. And great job to all the riders out there. Always great to see all the efforts from you. It's so much fun seeing people better themselves through the power of bicycles. As you can see, we got the shirt on even on this online world that we all interact with. It's very, very cool. And, heartfelt that you guys all show up and put the work in so that the broadcast can happen. Thanks to the racers, of course. And as always, everybody, ride on.